Good afternoon, everyone. Steve Georgia here from Allendale's Trading Floor. It's June 29th, last day of the month, last day of the quarter, last day of the week. We had all this excitement this morning at 7:30, and the way things panned out, corn finishing about 1 3/4 higher, beans up 25, with wheat up about 12 cents. So a little bit higher here as far as the grains in general. The big thing that everyone was talking about, even though we closed today where we had it, we're trying to figure out what this report said, how we're going to react to it next week. Next week is going to be weather-related once again. They are calling for some rains here for the northern part of the Corn Belt. Looked like we did get some lighter totals here today. We've got some systems moving through again tomorrow into Sunday, and we'll see what kind of totals are left from this. But behind it, there's still not a lot of rain in the forecast, so it's going to be very concerning. The weather models today at the midday came out cooling temperatures off a little bit, so that may help a little. But still, we're going to be looking at only slight amount of rain next week. So that still will be supportive for these markets as we get into the holiday week. It still needs to be watched very closely because that is the primary concern for the grains right now, and that's what's going to be driving the price. So on Sunday's trade, near the open, look at these charts, look at some of the weather maps, and that's what's going to drive the price there as far as Sunday night. A lot of these outside markets today you thought might give a little more influence to the grains. Really, they didn't. The dollar down $1.21. Big decline for the dollar. 81.79. A lot of that focusing on Spain getting some bailout money, helping them out, and encouraging the Eurozone as far as everything is okay and as far as their recovery. So the dollar setting back pretty sharply, end of a quarter. Not surprised to see some profit taken after finding a rally for the rest or through this month. Crude oil, very similar. Dollar down sharply. What does crude oil typically do? We're going to be up sharply, but $7.10 right now. Very strong move for crude. It's been a while since I've seen a jump like this for crude, but 84.80. So we have found some pretty good support in crude. You can say that it's due to the last month, or last day of the month, last day of the quarter, finding some rebalancing or moving around some positions. I think that's exactly what it was. But we'll see if we do continue to get some selling moving in next week. But this is a pretty strong day, very strong day as far as the energies. And it's not only crude, it's also heating oil and unleaded gas finding a significant jump here today. As far as the livestock, fat cattle up $1.22, 120.55 for August. A lot of that had to do with cash cattle lightly trading at 116. That's steady from last week, where guys were expecting to see lower trade this week, actually coming out steady, and that had jumped prices rather quick near the close. But box beef not supporting things today. Choice down $1.43, select down $1.87. So finding box beef pressured a little bit today, but still overall some pretty good gains this week just from the last 3 days. As far as the hogs, up 85 cents, 94.75. A lot of guys preparing to see what this hog and pigs report was going to say here this afternoon. Now, hog and pigs came out at 100.8, so that's 0.8 over last year. Guys were expecting to see 101.3. Breeding herd came out at 101, so a little bit higher than what they thought. They were looking for 100.7, and then the marketing's at 100.8. They were expecting to see 101.3. So we'll see what kind of effects we get from that come Monday. But those numbers certainly were released today, and we did have some excitement ahead of that report. So we did finish higher. Like I said, the August contract at 94.75, so remaining strong today. A lot of information this week. Next week is a shortened week, so we have a shortened session on Tuesday, and we are done at noon on Tuesday, and that's for the electronic as well as pit traded. So done at noon and then off on Wednesday, and we'll open on Thursday at 9:30. So we're going to open up with the pit at 9:30 on Thursday. So that's how that'll work next week. So it is a shortened week. We usually get a lot of volatility next week, so be prepared for that, and certainly stay with us. We'll let you know what's going on. And if you have questions, reach us here at 800-262-7538, or check us out right there on the web, allendale-inc.com. I hope you guys had a good day today. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you next week.